We had to travel a little distance because I really wanted the story. I want you guys to take a look at it. This is the only surviving member of the Mongoose gang currently in Grenada, and we're going up to his house to chat with him. I'm interested to hear what he has to say. Take a look.
Well, my name is Olsen Wood, but everybody know me as Stan, right? I'm originally from River Road, okay? But let's go back to the Gairy era. I was a supporter of Eric Matthew Gairy, right? And there are a lot of things that have been said about Mr. Gairy himself, which is not true. And one thing I will tell you first, Gairy, they say Gairy had Mongoose gang. Gairy never had a Mongoose gang. This Mongoose gang originated from a gentleman from Guyana named Mr. Simpson. At the time, Eric Gairy was out of power. He used to live up in number 5, up on Canashil, in Mr. Raddick's house. And they came to eradicate mongoose. That was the thing they had. And they used to go in the fish market and buy the small jacks in basket, and they put a little poison, just like yeast, a little poison. It was a black one in the jacks, and they mix it up. The supervisor was Joe Gibbs, a man named Salfali, and Victor Husband. They were the supervisor. They had 3 Land Rover. And when they ting up the jacks, they had the lard pan, the old-time lard pan, where they make it into plastic bucket now. And they'll put some jacks in a bucket, at least 5 people and 1 van. I was working in it. They give us a pot spoon, and they give us a long red gloves reaching up under your elbow. And they used to send us in different directions. They put poison for mongoose. So a Land Rover will go in that area with 5, another one will go in that area with 5. And why should passing in the Land Rover, people saying, look, the mongoose gang passing. And that is how this thing start. Then when Leslie P and them formed the committee at 22, they bring the thing and say Gairy Mongoose gang. As I tell you, Gairy was not in power. But he spoke to Mr. Simpson, and I believe Mr. Simpson, let's put it this way, he asked for work for us because he wasn't working. And it was only about 15, 20, about 25 or 30 people was working in that thing. It wasn't a gang to say Gairy had a Mongoose gang, but as I tell you, they committed 22. Then they had some demonstration in town, and the Ministry of Health was right where you see a nice old building there, and they went up there, a fellow named Sabuna from St. David's, and they threw computer, typewriter, there was a typewriter in that time. They threw it out the window, and that is how it began. So this name Gairy Mongoose end up with Gairy. You know, it was about 8 or 10 of us. We should line together. You know how men line together, we go party and so on. And if we go to a party and something happened to you, it's obviously I was involved. So now something big, they say Gairy to send people and beat people. Gairy know a lot of things happen. Gairy know nothing about it. Gairy know nothing about it. And you know, they end up calling us the Mongoose gang. Because where you go, the Mongoose gang. But a lot of people have the wrong conception about the Mongoose gang. Because it sounds like all over the island, Gairy had this gang calling Mongoose gang, but it was not so. Anyhow, the name ended up staying with us. Before Bishop and them do the takeover, they had some confliction with some of the guys, like the Pram, the Willie, and so on. They had confusion with them. They say they beat them in Grenville, and Radix and them, they say they beat them in Grenville, right? And from that time, it going on, because I could remember Ralph Thompson that time. Well, it was 2 factions, I should say. NJM was something different to Bishop. NJM was Teddy Victor and them, and they used to make little newspaper, and they used to pass in the house and scheme where we was living, and put the newspaper there for us, and they meet us in town and say, boy, you have to give us $1. So we used to go down good, and that's why you see they stick Gairy this and Gairy that and Gairy the other. Up come the revolution now. The morning I get up about 5:05, and I hear in this thing, the Gairy regime has been overthrown or something. So I leave by my house, and I go by Head's house, but he died. I go by head south. I said, what going on? We know what going on. So we talking and so on. So he had a woman, a girlfriend in Guav. So we decided, she had some friends, we decided we going up there to look. He want to go up there. So we really went up there. So in going, the radio playing, and they said, the Mongoose gang on the western side deal with them. So we went as far as Guav. And when we reached in Guav, we go by the station, and somebody contact Mr. Prudhomme. And Mr. Prudhomme was all you come back down home and take it easy. Take that, what Mr. Prudhomme said to us, right? So we came back down. I went home. I cooked something to eat and so on. And I went by the road and sit down because I didn't know what's going on. Then about 10 minutes after that, I hear a loud noise coming from the back of where the postal is there. And they come out all by way Steel High Garage. And the fellas, young fellas with they was 303. And they're moving up and down and they're thinking and so on. So when they reached by where I was sitting, me and a guy used to call Man, they pass and they go and they reach as far under the rocks. And if you have an idea where under the rocks is, they reach there. And I see a lot of road reversing back. And when I look at it, I see Crawford Best. One of my very good friend. We used to play cards together, we used to eat together. He come back, he said, Ton, I want to leave you here, because them young boys are tree in the hand, I know what they go do, and so on and so on and so on. So let's go with me. So that I jump in the rover. I have partner nearby be the man. He said, well, I ain't staying here alone, all of us friends we live in the same area are going too. So we jump in the rover. The next thing I know, they bring me the radio going. When I reach in the radio, you're going to see all different kind of people. And then when I see Victor was bad, I used to call him Daddy. I said, Daddy, he said, boy, you didn't understand what's going on. And then when they keep us there till about 5 o'clock. And then they bring some truck and they say, put us on different things. But I live in, up, at the time I live in Tempe. No, I live in River. So I say, look, I glad I say I going home. So they come up, they go up the lane. When I be going down Tempe, I see the hit for up Richmond Hill. But I still didn't know what was going on. Until they swing. And when they swing and they reach by Mr. Friday place, and I see the head so, I say, Lord, they bring me in jail. Well, he brought us in the jail. Rampel was the main man when he reached there. Open the gate, them prison officers open the gate, and they put us inside. Bogo. Well, the Mongoose people I meet down there, different people, right? I didn't meet Exeter Thomas and Prudhomme and them yet. They bring them. They had them in the fort. They had them on the fort before they bring them up there. So we there up there. Everybody sit down watching one another. Nothing. But them fellas backward and forward. Them prison officers just doing so they know what's going on either. So they keep us. After they arrange cell, so they put us in cell 3 in a cell, 1 in a cell, and all the time. So we was in that. Then a couple of months after the revolution, I see they start bringing people, all kind of people. They bringing in and just bringing them and put them there and so on and so on. So a morning, they come and they take Willie Bishop, Dolly Passy, Albert Clark, Philip Brizan, and Buck Brizan. And they go with them. They leave me. And they go with them. When the fellas come back, they say they bring them and they charge them for beating people and all kind of thing. And they give them a charge, they leave me. Then about 2 weeks after, they call me and tell me, Gairy, you're going. And then they bring me down there. And then they tell me they charge me over, they push a man head down in a toilet, bowl and all kind of things. Anyhow, we go in jail. Mr. Ned was the judge. Case call. And then they bring all of us guilty. So they give me about 28 years, they see, 28 years. Because I use the word Laja. So I don't know what you mean by that. But anyhow, I was up there. Then, when I said up there now, they start bringing people who I knew was PRA member and so on. I see they bringing everybody to the guy. They saying counter revolution. They bringing people in jail. You're crazy. Every day they bring people in jail. Every day. When one person ready, he had the nice car. He go put 2 or 3. He just bring it in the jail. People for so they bring in the jail. Then they bring Mr. James, Commissioner of Police. They bring Exeter Thomas, Chessman Thomas. They bring Prudhomme, They bring Winston White. A set of people they bring. It's counter-revolutionary. And they have us in the jail. And, well, the only problem I had is one evening about 5 o'clock, I in the cell, and I hear the cell do lock. When I watch, I see Gairy gun, he have a gun, all around it hole, like, hole. Sorry, another come out, he say, click, he said, what Gairy ever give you? I said, Gairy never give me nothing. Who the house you live in? I said, my house, I get a pay from my house every month. What Gairy ever give you? And he start thinking, I say, where you clock it thing? And he said, what Gairy give you? I use the effort. And I said, give me nothing, so on, so on. And he said, lock me back up. And he leave me there. And I remained there, all of us remained there until the invasion time. Well, no, before the invasion time. Long before the invasion time. They come and they say, Bishop, they put Bishop on house arrest. And then they start a big demonstration every day, because where I was in A landing, and it has a wire mesh, so I could have looked down and see all the back of us. And the demonstration taking place. And then one day now, they say they free Bishop, and they say they go in with him. After that, well, things getting a little calm. So we're still looking down. One minute you hear a set of gunfire, and we see people jumping. You see right on the back of the fort there, you see people jumping, trying to think, and then we hear they say that they kill Bishop and them up in the fort. They say they kill Bishop and them up in the fort. So a couple of weeks after, once we there morning, and we hear this thing on the helicopter making noise, and when I look out, I see a helicopter pass right in front of the prison with a soldier sitting down with the foot straight down. But they didn't. When they passed the prison, they didn't fire nothing. They leave and they go down so, and then they start shooting. Then the thing start, and they come here while the ship was up inside it. So some of them soldiers now, they leave the prison, and they go up in the next fort up there by the crazy house, and then they start bombing. Why is we there? I hear a fella in the jail. I know how he get out. We call him Crane. I know how he get out. But he get up thing and he start just breaking lock, and everybody start campaigning. Everybody start trying to go. Well, I go on the wall, and I end up down by the ministry down there now. I enter through the bush. I end up there, and I go up Marassil. I go down and I go through the bush in Tempe River Road, and I went home. But when I went home, the mother and them, although they glad to see me, but she was afraid. She said she can't sleep in the house because she was in the house and I was in the house. She's afraid to stay there because she wants to see by a neighbor. And I know in the house, I take the cushion, I take out the cover and them cushion, and I put the sponge in them window because I hear they say sponge was whole bullet. So I put it in and think. But after a couple weeks, they say come back. I didn't really want to go, but my mother started crying and I went back up there. And after I went back up there, I spent 6 years and 8 months. 6 years. It's only when Brizan, the Prime Minister Brizan, George Brizan, when he came in power, he freed us. He freed us. And that is all I could tell you. Because, and I see things happen to people, but for me, I won't lie and say they do me nothing. Because nobody can do me nothing. But I see things happen to people. Now, Ras Nang get shoot up with, I don't know how in there, they get shoot up with 4 times. Yeah? And then, well, Gairy talking, and they locking him up. He a short ex-police called Stanley. He come out in the morning, as he open him up, they lock him up. And that's the kind of thing, a lot of things happen to people, but nothing to where I concern. I cannot say, for the time I spent up there, I could never say that they do me anything, it was bad to me in a sense. You see, I was mad with them because I say they take me and put me in jail. I had to say for nothing. And I ended up staying there so long. But in my own little experience, what I know is, as far as I know, any country where a revolution take place, the people they take place, the people who they feel close to the people who they take from, they just detain them. But I never know, they just keep them long as how we have to keep people to obey. And that is all I could say. All I could say.
So they refer to you, some people may refer to you as the head of the Mongoose gang?
No. Me?
Yeah.
Well, you see, people don't know what's going on. I was in Lisa the Apostle. And who know to tell you, I was in Lisa the Apostle. Yes, I was there between them. I'm not saying between them, but I was between the guys. But I was in Lisa the Apostle. Me. And the only thing. Once I tried to get it from them, and they come home and take me, and the only thing I get is a cutlass. But I was in Lisa the Apostle. Who know me will tell you that. Anybody say I was leader, they know what they say. Nah, they know. Not me. Well, we was together. We used to be lime together. We used to lime together. Yes, people get licks. I ain't saying no. People get licks. But some people get licks. The way they say they get licks, not so much people get licks. I said I hear Morris and Rallis and them get licks. So I'm in Grenville. I wasn't there at the time, but I hear so. So I had to lie. People did get licks. I hear people get licks. I know, right? So I wouldn't say no, but saying I was the head, I was in Lisa the Apostle. Yes. Before they assassinate Morris, he tried his best. I believe Morris meant good. He meant good. But when he decided to take the right direction, that time they done young off my already. But Morris, I know Morris, me and Morris went to school together. We went in Wesley Hall School. Right? And I know Morris a long time, right? And I never knew Morris to be a violent fella. So I was most surprised when I heard this assassinating. I was most surprised. Because I never thought they were doing that. Although I heard with my own ears, I was lying with Ralph, that time with Ralph Thompson was alive, and Phyllis Code was with Ralph Thompson in the road behind the Pentecostal church. And I hear she say she ain't come to Gairy to be no deputy prime minister's wife. She come in Gairy to be the prime minister's wife. I hear she say that. So all the time I still didn't know what's going on. I know they're planning anything, but I never knew what was going on. So I don't know what happened to them, and they end up in that. But Morris wasn't a bad fella. He wasn't that bad fella. So I don't know.
Ride Along Live, where everyone has a story to tell.